Welcome home, child. What news?
Another of the named is put to rest.
Then it would appear your work is nearly complete, and your status restored.
A question, Master, if I may.
Ask, and I will answer.
Why these men, Jubayer and Sabrand?
Ah, don't you see? They paved the way for change. Ensure threats both old and new are not given cause to intervene.
To weaken them is to weaken our enemy. I suppose that makes sense.
Were these men to continue their work, our work would quickly be undone.
How is that? We've caused them much grief.
We strike at the arms, yes. But this is a hydra that you face, and it is quick to replace that which is severed.
Then we should lop off its head and be done with this.
Soon, soon. We are close. Only one more man stands between us and our ultimate goal.
I will return to my work. The sooner this last man dies, the sooner I might face our true enemy.
Before you go, I have a question for you.
Of course.
What is the truth?
We place faith in ourselves. We see the world the way it really is, and hope that one day all mankind might see the same.
What is the world, then?
An illusion. One which we can either submit to, as most do, or transcend.
What is it to transcend?
To recognize nothing is true and everything is permitted. That laws arise not from divinity but reason. I understand now that our creed does not command us to be free. It commands us to be wise.
Do you see now why the Templars are a threat?
Whereas we would dispel the illusion, they would use it to rule.
Yes. To reshape the world in an image more pleasing to them. That is why I sent you to steal their treasure. That is why I keep it locked away. And that is why you kill them. So long as even one survives, so too does their desire to create a new world order. Take your equipment. Seek out this last man. With his death, Robert de Sable will at last be vulnerable.
It will be done.
Safety and peace upon you, Altair.
And with that, another DNA synchronization augmented rank 8, really rank 9, the Master. We now have an improved dagger, and just like our sword, it now is ornate and customized to Altair and his eagle motif. We also have expertise, and we're going to have to practice in the courtyard. As we heard there, Altair has finally understood what it is to truly be an assassin. The rank and the essence of the creed, to be wise but not free. For nothing is true and everything is permitted. We really get to see Altair come into his own and finally understand what everyone has been telling him for so long. And it's really a beauty to see. So with that, we are going to make our way to Aker, I believe. That is correct. Let us go there and speak to the Rafik in the Bureau.
Greetings, Altair. What news?
Al-Muallim has named another. Calls himself Sabrand.
I am familiar with the man. Newly appointed leader of the Knights Teutonic, he resides in the Venetian Quarter and runs Akka's port.
I'll start my work at once.
Here are the places where you should focus your search. On the docks east of here, among the ships and their crews. At the chapel to the northeast, near the cross overlooking the port. And to the north, in front of St. John's Gate.
This is most helpful. My thanks for the guidance.
Altair.
Yes, Rafik.
I owe you an apology.
For what?
For doubting your dedication to our cause.
No, it was I who erred. I believed myself above the creed. You owe me nothing.
As you wish, my friend. Go in safety.
Alright, and we're going to start this off with an interrogation.
All ships must now be turned over to the Teutonic Order. Complaints and concerns must be presented to the guild representative at the Court of the Chain. Failure to comply will result in imprisonment. All docked vessels must be cleared of crew and cargo. Captains are to present themselves to a representative from the Teutonic Order for reassignment. Any attempt to maintain possession of a claimed vessel will be punished severely.
So for some reason, we learned that the Knights Teutonic want the docks to be closed. He ordered all captains to turn in. So we're gonna beat the crap out of yet another informant.
It's not my fault. I'm only following orders. If you want your ship back, speak with the court.
That's not what I'm after.
Then what?
Sabrand's claimed near 100 ships. For what purpose?
A blockade. They're to sail for open water and establish a perimeter.
For what? Does Salah ad-Din intend to strike from sea?
No, it's not he we defend against, but ships from home, to deny Richard more troops.
Why would one of Richard's own want to see him weakened in this way?
I don't know. Ask Sibran. They're his orders. I'm just meant to carry them out. Now, please, let me go. I've told you all I know.
I'm sorry. I cannot risk you telling him I'm here.
And Altair assassinates another informant. And we learned a little bit about Sabrand's plans. Now we're gonna work on this informant assassination challenge, figure out more info. As we saw, Sabrand is for some reason isolating the docks. For why, we do not know, but we are going to figure it out, for that is our mission. Sabrand is a interesting man. He is the Grandmaster of the Knights Teutonic. So we're going to start this informant challenge now, but he is the Grandmaster of the Knights Teutonic, and that is historically accurate.
Did they let you into the city, or did you fight your way in? Oh, perhaps I should be more respectful, as I myself now require your help. I spent too much time in the harbor brothel last night, and insulted a Teutonic knight's wife, or so I am told. Now there is a group of them after me. Could you give me a hand or a blade? If you return before I leave the city, I will give you the benefit of my wisdom.
So, we have a fellow brother who spent a little bit too much time in the brothel and insulted a Knight Teutonic's wife. Not the wisest, move, but, you know, sometimes he probably didn't know a Knight Teutonic's wife was there. So we are going to make our way through the city, try not to get too much attention to ourselves, but still be able to quickly run and assassinate our target. That is not our target. He's walking over here. Knights Teutonic, very close to the Templar Guard. That's why they work so closely associated with the Templar. So we're going to run away. But I kind of find it funny how the Knights gonna want to be... God! So we're going to have to redo this because of a drunk. I will meet you back in a second. Alright, and with that, we have completed this mission. We gotta make it back, though. Beggar being a little annoying, but all in all, it was good. That damn drunk, though. But let's talk to the informant.
You are a lucky man. You are alive, and I am still in Akka. Here is what I have to tell you. The only thing more dangerous than a drunken sailor is one who is also angry. I know it does not seem like much, but with your wisdom, I am sure it will help.
Ironically, that wisdom... kind of ironic because of what we just had to deal with. A drunk ruining our progress in a mission. I don't want to get discovered because it is annoying. And there I was, discovered. But we're going to make our way to the eavesdropping challenge, doing these in an order in which I feel makes sense. Well, at least in my head. But all in all, I really am enjoying seeing Altair change. I really enjoy watching him get respect that, honestly, he really deserves. Altair is one of the most underappreciated assassins in the entire series, in my opinion. A lot of people think Connor is, but you know, to each his own, I suppose. Personally, I love Altair. He did great for what he was assigned to do, and I do plan on playing more games with Altair in it. That could be Altair's Chronicle, or that could be Revelations. Time will tell.
Who did that? Show yourself.
Gonna eavesdrop, but I need to be on a bench or something. And here's our bench.
No, please
The crowd is panicking, and it's kind of funny. And beggars. Alright, so let us start this eavesdropping mission.
It's getting worse.
His paranoia knows no bounds.
He's doubled our shifts. No one sleeps.
Wasn't so bad till he decided to make the port his home.
He's planning something at sea. That's why he came here.
Planning what?
What's the meaning of this? Two of you off in a corner, whispering, plotting?
Nothing of the sort. We were only...
Only what? What secrets are you keeping?
You misunderstand.
Damned assassins, they're probably here right now, watching us. Do you find this amusing? Do you? Well, laugh while you can. Double the patrols.
Which ones?
All of them!
But we don't have the men.
Find them! Recall our knights from the field if you must.
But I need money, sir. I'm poor, I'm sick and hungry.
And we learn just how paranoid the Knights Tectonic really are. As we saw, another knight told him, get from the field if you need to. Very paranoid about assassins, and we're going to see how his paranoia really affects him and his judgment as we continue on. So we're going to go, we have enough for the Rafik, but as in most of the fashion, I will not be just stopping now. We're going to start this escort mission, but first I'm going to get rid of a rooftop. Or not. Wrong side. That is my bad. Using some of the more advanced techniques to really help me out here. So we're going to throw him off the ledge. Talk to the informant.
You! Yes, you! I recognize those robes. Stay your blade, I mean you no harm. It's your help I need. I've crossed a man, and now he seeks my life. The details are unimportant, just know that he deserved it. See me safely to the city gates, and I'll make it worth your while.
Ah, more escort challenges. I will say this, after replaying, like I kept defending, it's not that repetitive, it's that repetitive. But I will not take away from Altair bin al-Had. He is such an amazing man. And pretty soon, he's going to get even more interesting as we progress really more and more. So, now let us get rid of the knights.
This shouldn't be too hard.
So we're gonna do more combat, another drunk. I love the more advanced techniques we've been learning. As we see, just a few, ooh god. It's always interesting when they do. But just a few new techniques really up the killing power. So we protected him thus far. Citizens going crazy.
We've a murderer nearby. You won't get away from me.
And with that, we protect him again. Throwing knives are my personal favorite weapon in Assassin's Creed 1. One thing I want to mention is that in the opening cutscene of Assassin's Creed 1, we saw a crossbow. Altair does not receive that in this game. They wanted to put it in, but due to time cuts, they were unable to. I really think that would have been interesting because they had it in other installments, and it really is a very effective and fun weapon because a crossbow is a silent weapon. I do think they make up with it for throwing knives, but at the same time, I don't know, just be a little change of pace, and it would have been true to the time period, so I don't know. Would have been very interesting to see. So we're going to make our way to the pearly gates. Not really, but it is a gate. Have to blend, otherwise this person, beggar, will get us noticed. I hate the beggars. I cannot stand the beggars. Ah, man, they did a great job in making these citizens just so undesirable.
Excellent. I should be safe now. Ah, yes, the reward I promised. Here you are. This map has served me well in the past. Hopefully, it will do the same for you.
And we helped him get out of the city. He was rolling around at the speed of sound. He had places to go. He had to follow his rainbow. Sorry for the Sonic reference, but I had to. So now we're gonna focus on making our way to the pickpocket of this, really making our way through different kind of missions. This is really the last time we're gonna see these, which is why I'm showcasing them. We're coming really close to ending. This is the 8 out of the 9 we had to assassinate, and Altair's story is going to get, it just keeps building and building, and it really, I just wish they would have had his pacing much better than what it actually is, because Altair, people don't get to the good parts usually. They stop playing because they don't find him to be interesting enough at the beginning. He's kind of a dick. But when you get to the good, it is so good. And it just... questionable things, man. Questionable really decisions from Ubisoft. But, I mean, they really do. They learn from their mistakes in 2. And they really... Altair's a great character. He just doesn't get enough praise as Ezio gets.
You tell him I said no. I won't have you damn soldiers poking about in my business.
Listen here, old man.
No, you listen to me. This is my property, not his. I don't care if Christ himself put the man in charge.
He isn't asking. It's in order.
That's rich. The man couldn't order his way out of a burlap sack. I've seen the mess he's made of the docks. I won't let him ruin mine.
Just read the letter. You'll see his terms are quite generous.
I grow tired of this. Look, I'll consider what he has to offer, but I doubt it'll change my mind. Now go on, get out of here.
And we have learned that Sibrand is trying to bribe this man here. And this man is very initiative, pays much attention. So we're going to be able to pickpocket him quite easily. His letter gone, but that'll be okay. We have a rooftop race, which is just a fancy way to saying we're going to have to get to point A to point B. But as I was mentioning, Altair really does develop as a character, and it's just a lot of fun to watch. Like I said, Ubisoft did a great job, and they really made up for it in 2, with just making a character so full of likability, and he's just such an amazing character, Ezio Auditore da Firenze. And I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything by mentioning Ezio, but I will say that as much as I love Ezio, and he is Italian, and that's pride, but if you don't know, I am Italian, so I take a lot of pride in Ezio. But at the same time, Ezio, I will admit, is a little bit...
I hear you're looking for information on Sibrand. Karm's found something you'd probably find useful. Best track him down if you want it.
I will agree that Ezio does get a lot of the screen time for the series when he is just one of many of the assassins. There are a lot of memorable assassins, not even just Ezio, even in the other games, but we'll get to them as we come. And I do plan on doing the other games. This is my favorite series, and by no means is it ending here with one. In fact, I'm going to play a lot of games of this series that I don't see a lot of coverage on, but are still great installments to the series. But we are going to make our way, Altair's way, to this informant. He's on this roof right here. I know it is a rooftop challenge, but sometimes it's just a little easier to run in the streets. What our parents told us not to do when we were younger. Run in the streets. I love listening to the guards just be like, why the hell is he doing this? But we're going to talk to the informant.
Safety and peace, brother. I've been looking everywhere for you. I stole this letter earlier today. Read it over. Hopefully it'll be of use.
And with that, we're going to go to the Bureau and finalize this assassination.
Greetings, brother. How fares your search?
I've learned all there is to know about my target.
Share your knowledge with me, then.
Sibrand is said to be consumed by fear, driven mad by the knowledge that his death approaches. He has sealed the docks district, and now hides within waiting for his ship to arrive.
This will make things dangerous. I wonder how it is he learned of your mission.
The men I've killed, they are all connected. Al-Mualim warned me that word of my deeds has spread among them.
Be on your guard, Altair.
Of course, Rafik. But I think it will be to my advantage. Fear will weaken him.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Thank you, Debbie. And with that, we start the hunt of the 8th. Sabrand. Let's see how far we have to go. Not too far. But his paranoia, fear, couple things you really don't wish to have in a lead. Oops, sorry. Didn't even know it was there, but you know the collector in me, if you've been following me, has to collect it. But a weak leader cannot lead. One who installs fear, and eventually the doubt in himself will eventually escalate to his men. A great leader has to be confident, even when all hope is... basically when he has every reason not to be. Freaking drunks. And a good leader cannot be a freaking drunk. No, that was not the point I was trying to make. This section is a little bit interesting, and we're going to see why. We're going to just see how far Sabrand's paranoia will take him. So let us watch.
You are mistaken, Master Sibrand. I would never propose violence against any man, and most certainly not against you.
So you say, and yet no one here will vouch for you. What am I to make of this?
I live a simple life, my lord, as do all men of the cloth. It is not for us to call attention to ourselves.
Perhaps. Or perhaps they do not know you because you are not a man of God, but an assassin!
Never!
You wear the same robes.
If they cover themselves as we do, it is only to instill uncertainty and fear. You must not give in.
Are you calling me a coward? Challenging my authority? Are you perhaps hoping to turn my own knights against me?
No. I don't understand why you're doing this to me. I've done nothing wrong.
I don't recall accusing you of any wrongdoing, which makes your outburst rather odd. Is it the presence of guilt that compels a confession?
But I confess nothing.
Ah, defiant to the very end.
What do you mean?
William and Garnier were too confident, and they paid for this with their lives. I won't make the same mistake. If you truly are a man of God, then surely the Creator will provide for you. Let him stay my hand!
You've gone mad! Will none of you come forward to stop this? He is clearly poisoned by his own fear, compelled to see enemies where none exist.
It seems the people share my concern. What I do for Acre! Ah! Stay vigilant, men. Report any suspicious activity to the guard. I doubt we've seen the last of these assassins. Persistent bastards. Now get back to work.
And with that, we see his paranoia come full circle. We saw him decorate himself in the customary garb of the Knights Teutonic. Actually, for some reason... Okay, I was about to say, I don't think I'm out of that cutscene yet. It's a little bit elongated, but makes sense, I guess. It's very important in this section not to get discovered. There's a drunk on this ship, which is very dangerous because he will push you off, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. I might... Okay. Going to have to be very careful. Don't want to be discovered. Really, by anyone. So, we're just learning about his paranoia at this point. It's gotten to really a bad level. And there's... I just don't know how to describe it. Say for it as you will. How paranoid on a scale of 1 to 10 would you say that this man has become?
None of you will lift a hand in defense of your master! I'll take care of this heathen myself!
As we hear, he's very Very paranoid, believing no one's going to protect him. But would you protect a man who's threatening to end your life? Probably not. So we are going to assassinate him.
Please, don't do this.
You are afraid.
Of course I am afraid.
But you'll be safe now, held in the arms of your god.
Have my brothers taught you nothing? I know what waits for me. For all of us.
If not your god, then what?
Nothing. Nothing waits. And that is what I fear.
You don't believe.
How could I, given what I know? What I've seen? Our treasure was the proof.
Proof of what?
That this life is all we have.
Linger a while longer then, and tell me of the part you were to play.
A blockade by sea. To keep the fool kings and queens from sending reinforcements. Once we...
Conquered the Holy Land?
Freed it, you fool. From the tyranny of faith.
Freedom? You worked to overthrow cities, control men's minds, murdered any who spoke against you.
I followed my orders, believing in my cause. Same as you.
I was actually able to do that a lot more smoothly than I thought I was going to be able to. But this is another instance where if he would have been able to run, I actually did that very well. Vigilantes would have held him back to help out the assassins. Just a little way the citizens can help out the assassin order. I'm surprised how well that went. I've had some... That is one of the most difficult assassinations to pull off. So the fact that I was able to is kind of shocking to me, because I've had attempts at this on personal playthroughs where it took me upwards of 20 times to do that, so I guess I deserve a little bit of good luck after some of the bad luck I've had. I don't know, I love when, I like having, I don't know, I guess good luck, because it really showcases how if you plan it correctly, hard missions can be done very easily, and I think that says a lot, not just for this game, but any game. So right now, I'm going to make my way back to the Bureau, and I'll cut ahead to then. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I want to discuss what we learned. He was afraid. He believes that in death, there's nothing. That is what him and his brothers believe. He also mentioned the other Templars, proving that what we thought was true. They do have connections. Everything we know about the Order and what Al-Mualim has predicted has been truth thus far. But it is up to us to change that, change the faith of what we believe in, to do good, not just for ourselves, but for the people who cannot do it for themselves. Thus the way of the assassin, and nothing is true, and everything is permitted. I love when stories come full circle. But now, I will cut ahead to the Bureau.
Altair, you've caused quite a stir.
I've done as requested. Sabran's life is ended.
So it is. So it is. You should ride for Masyaf and inform Al-Mualim of your success.
Yes. I should return and speak to him. Of this and other things.
Is everything all right, my friend? You seem distant.
It's nothing, Rafik. Just a lot on my mind.
Talk to me then. Let me help.
I need to make sense of this myself first. But thank you for the offer.
It is the men you kill, isn't it? You feel something for them.
How?
Ah, my friend. You are not meant to enjoy these grim tasks. Regret, uncertainty, sympathy. This is to be expected.
I should not fear these feelings.
You should embrace them. They are what keep you human.
What if I'm wrong? What if these men are not meant to die? What if they mean well? Misguided, perhaps, but pure in motive.
I am but a Rafik, Altair, and such things are beyond me. Perhaps Al-Mualim can help you to make sense of it.
Yes, perhaps. Thank you, Rafik.
It is my pleasure to have served with one as skilled as you.
The final goodbye given from the Rafik of Acre. Another example of cutscene not working well. Come on, exit. There we go. And with that, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. More importantly, I hope you have a great day. Tell me what you think of Altair's transformation. Tell me what you think of Sabir. And with that, we're going to end it here. Thank you so much again. Bye.